Pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
So a little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Bankedyard 100 here from the Banked Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the first ever broadcast of the Independent Sim Racing League right here on JT. And it's the Contender Cup Series, and always a contender when he's up here in the booth is my broadcast partner tonight, Mr. Ricky Collette.
Hi there, Joe. Glad to be back tonight to do some more racing with us here on JTN. Like you said, tonight doing our first race here with the ISRL. Excited to do it at the Brickyard, but with a twist tonight. Big Banked Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's going to be a fast track here tonight, Joe. There's going to be a lot of drafting. This is pretty much like a big square Dega tonight in a big full field here. It's going to be a wild one, so buckle up. 40 laps, a mad dash for the finish here. All these guys going for glory here tonight.
And going for glory, and again, there's always something extra on the line for a lot of these folks when it's the first time they're on TV. I like to wear that as a little badge of honor because we hear that down in the garage area. But I'm so happy you're joining us at home. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It does so much to help support us, and not only us, but also goes and shows your support here for these ISRL drivers. Going to be 40 laps around this 2.5 mile historic racetrack that has been banked in the corners for one night only. 60 degrees and cloudy, going to keep this race nice and fast for these drivers, Ricky.
Yeah, 60 degrees tonight. A little different from our typical departure. A lot of times we come to these races, either they run on a realistic weather, they do the standard 70 degrees. 60 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy. That means there's going to be more grip in this track, which is definitely going to mean higher speed. It's going to mean tire wear might not be as much of a factor here tonight, but it means these cars are going to handle really well, which means there's going to be a lot of aggressive moves. Keep an eye out for that tonight.
A lot of aggressive moves, but Ricky, it's still Indianapolis. It's still pretty narrow, especially here on the front straightaway. Not a lot of room to maneuver, especially if someone might make some of that misguided contact that we see oh so often on a super speedway.
Yeah, when you go to places like Daytona or Talladega, you see how wreck happens in the back straightaway there. You have that big sweeping apron. Usually you have that infield grass. There's a lot of runoff space at those places for chaos to kind of go away to. You go to places like Dover and it's angled downward so that the track kind of cleans itself. Indy is super flat straightaways. There's nowhere to go. Someone spins out right front of the field here. It's very easily going to bottleneck itself, and it's going to spell bad news bears for these guys. So ideally, you don't want to wreck on those straightaways here tonight. It's going to be some tight racing there.
Yeah, you don't like bad news, especially here at Indianapolis. It's the month of May. Practice for the Indianapolis 500 kicked off this week as well. Of course, qualifications this weekend, and then, of course, the big race next week. So, again, so cool that we're racing at Indy with the league here in May. It's, again, that historic racetrack, just with a little twist on it tonight. You're going to see those qualifying times start to scroll across to the top of your screen. Ricky, of course, will always take us through it once we get to happy hour. But, folks, this was your Circle B Diecast race preview. Remember to use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $30 or more. Ooh, Ricky, it's fun. Indianapolis is just, it's I don't know what to say because, right, this isn't normal Indianapolis. It's a super speedway Indianapolis. So it feels like a lot of our notes are thrown out the door, except for, it's a prestigious racetrack. It means a lot to win here. Early on in the season for these guys here in the Contender Cup Series, or Contender Series. So you got a lot of inner workings going on right now. And folks, too, I mentioned it early on here in the year. If you want to join the ISRL, we got their Discord linked down in the video description below. Greg and team would love to have you join. Always a fantastic time here. Some great content on Twitter, too, always giving updates about the league. And that's what we like to see. We like to see leagues being nice and active on social media. And again, double thumbs up. Folks, don't touch the apron, says Tate Dorsey. I think that's probably a... Yeah, Ricky, there are a couple incidents in practice, and what I took note of early, if there's a wreck on one of the short chutes, you better get the heck out of the way, because going into either turn 2 or turn 4, those cars are going to be coming right back up the track.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you clear the way there. This whole track's going to be kind of like that. Just like we were talking about earlier, it's just any kind of chaos is just going to have, you're going to be nowhere to go. So ideally, you don't want to wreck here. But man, with the temperatures the way they are, these speeds, you just want to make those crazy moves. And they're definitely going to have the tools to do it. Joe, as we're talking here, looks like qualifying just wrapped up.
Oh, man.
So we officially have a starting lineup for tonight's race.
Well, with that official lineup in place, Ricky, because you did the voice, so I wanted to do it a little bit too, take us through tonight's starting lineup. And again, apologies. It's our first race here. These drivers did a great job of giving us the pronunciations. We're still going to get some wrong throughout the night. We're working on it. We got your back. We'll get them right. All right, Ricky, with all that pressure, go for it.
Race here at Banked Indianapolis with the ISRL. We will have 35 cars starting tonight, a big field, and sitting on the pole at a time of 48.109 seconds. A familiar face here, 41 car Josh Boyer. Starting alongside on the front row there in second is going to be the 29 car Ryan Palmer. In the third spot goes to the 09 car Jonathan Fitzwater. In fourth spot will be the 96 machine of Bobby Jones. The 81 car of Cam Smith will start from the fifth spot tonight. Starting in sixth will be the 11 car of Ethan Minganelli. Starting from seventh, the 3 machine of Greg Irwin. And starting in eighth will be the 72 car of Ethan Yan. Starting from the ninth spot will be the 26 car of Phil Parker, and rounding out the top 10 is going to be the 08 machine of Jerry Cook. Starting from 11th, the 68 car, that's going to be piloted by Noah Duverne tonight. Starting from 12th to 25 of Ken Squires, and then 13th spot's going to be the 888. Oh, not the 888. Sorry, the 885 car of Johnny Yang. One too many 8s in that, Joe. From the 14th spot, it's going to be the 92 car of Ryan Adema. From 15th will be the 0 car of Ethan Farley. From the 16th position, the 21 machine of Roberto Crown Jr. And from the 17th spot, it's going to be the 02 car of Daniel Rodriguez. Starting from the 18th position, it's going to be the 47 car of Zachary Bilson. And from the 20th position will be the 46 machine of Jesse Owens Jr. Starting from 21st spot in car number 70, it's going to be Levante Martin. And from the 22nd position in the 53 car is going to be Aiden Feith. From the 23rd spot, it's going to be the 65 car of Patrick Thompson. And from the 24th spot in car number 86, another familiar face, Joseph Landy Pavlon, rolling off here deep in the field. Last car to take a time in qualifying. Someone we've had on JTN, I think, a few times before, Joe. 23 car Thomas Philbrick. So naturally, oh no, sorry, he started 23rd, so 25th. So I thought he was starting in the 23rd spot, but he's in the 23 car. And that will be the last car to take a time in qualifying tonight. Rest of the field chosen on random draw from 26 positions. It's going to be the 4 car of Tom Musa. From the 27th spot, it's going to be the 16 of Andres Hallett Jr. From the 28th spot, it's going to be the 033 car of Terry Fast Cows. From the 29th spot, the number 1 of Brandon Allen. From spot number 30, the 78 of Wade Driscoll. From spot number 31 is going to be the 58 car of Alec Lorenzo. From spot number 32 is going to be the 56 car. That's going to be piloted by David Alvarez. From 33rd spot, car number 8, Steve Rada from number 34 spot, the 448 of Alex Moe. And rounding out the field tonight in spot number 35 in the 49 car is going to be Cale Tescar Jr., and that's going to be the starting lineup for tonight's race at Indy, Joe. Bit of a mouthful. I think it's an understatement. A lot of cars, a lot of names. I might have mispronounced a few of them, but I think I got through most of them.
Yeah,
which is usually better than what I normally do.
The only one I picked up for sure was the 53 of Aiden Fife.
Fife, yes.
Like I in the center. Couple good causes tonight. Like to highlight here before we go green. Andreas Hallett Jr. here in this 16. You saw him, Scuffed Optimist, in chat. Run the melanoma skin cancer awareness month car here tonight. Bright yellow. Of course, May is skin cancer awareness month. So there you go. That 16. Good looking car out there. Like the bright yellow, you're not going to miss it. And it's, again, a great cause. Another car. Don't know if there's Greg. Greg Irwin in the number 3 tonight. For every lap that he leads, he will be donating to Mission 22. Mission 22 is a nonprofit organization to help prevent suicides in the military community. So a good cause there. 22 veterans lose their life every day due to mental illness and suicide. So Greg, obviously, Greg in the service, running for a good cause tonight. So hopefully that hopefully that 3 car leads a lot of laps tonight. We can't say hopefully he leads the last lap because maybe that would be some favoritism, but hopefully he leads a lot of laps, Ricky.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic cause tonight for the 3 machine of Greg Irwin. A great thing to be doing here. Glad to see him. Glad to see that we got a big audience to go see him chase that tonight. Putting some good attention on, like I said, a good cause, and should be fantastic. We're gonna be. We can't be impartial, but
Right.
You'd love to see it.
You'd love to see it.
Him get up there and get those laps led.
And we always talk about here in May, a big month in motorsports, but May, of course, is Mental Health Awareness Month. Promoting that message that it's okay to admit that something's wrong in your life, that something's not right, that something doesn't feel right, and kind of try to, help break that stigma that surrounds mental illness, because a lot of folks, more than you know, go through a lot on a daily basis. But getting ready to go racing here. Cars being lined up on the back straightaway. We get ready to go racing here from Indianapolis.
One line up here on the back straightaway. Look how deep this field is here, Joe. This is going to get wild. Like I said, 40 laps. Not a lot of time here with 45-second laps. You're talking about maybe half an hour dash here. This is going to be a mad scramble for these guys, and you don't want to get caught in the back of that field for too long as we get this starting command rolling.
And because we had the long lineup, we didn't get to talk about it too much, but some of these drivers starting towards the back, you got to think that they're going to be thinking strategy early on to try to gain some track position, because we talked about it. Yeah, it's a super speedway with the banking, of course. It's going to race like a super speedway more than it does Indianapolis with stock cars, but it's still narrow enough to where you're going to have to get some help somewhere to go racing here tonight. Oh.
Mine actually did.
Well, getting ready to go racing here. Josh Boyer with control. I'm going to call you for a couple laps here. Solo. Ricky just fell out of the booth. He got pulled away by Bristol, our producer. Oh, he's back in the booth. All right, getting ready to go racing here from Indianapolis. Josh Boyer with control. Great flag. We're underway here.
Josh Boyer gets a great restart here, takes it down into turn number 1, leading these guys, leading that 09 machine of Fitzwater in the Ferrari. Fitzwater's going to look to the inside, doesn't have the spot just yet, stays in line here. They kind of try to run 2 by 2 here, coming down the back straightaway. Fitzwater goes to the outside to try to take that high line. Goes on by the 41. It looks like the 41 Warrior might actually be reeling back here, Joe. Letting some guys on by.
Might be reeling back. Don't know what the strategy play is there, though. Qualifying on pole and then trying to fall to the back. We didn't talk about it too much, but 16 laps on fuel, that really puts you in a tough spot. Maybe some drivers thinking about trying to make it a one-stop race.
We got a 65 car rounded. Turn number 2 here, Joe. Hard hit for the 8 of Steve Rada into the outside wall.
Hard hit for the 8 car again into that outside wall. Let's get you the replay as we're under caution for the first time tonight.
Like 2 cars just get together up here with the 033 Terry Fastcows and the 65 car Thompson. Looks like 65 car actually comes down on a Fastcow's nose, and 65 car actually gets air, but Fastcow's nowhere to go and just bodies Steve Rada into that outside wall. Rada nowhere to go on that.
Yeah, Tom Fastcow's in that 33. Here's another look at it from a different angle. Contact again with the 65. Patrick Thompson. And then, yeah, ain't nowhere to go. Had no clue that 033 was going to be coming back up the track. And that's what we talked about. If cars are wreck on these short shoots, you got to get the heck out of the way in that even-numbered corner. On board with the 8 here. Again, talking about not knowing this is something out of a horror movie. Big hit into that wall. And the last car is going to get their first opportunity to come down pit lane. There's actually a car around on the backstretch. Do you see this, Ricky?
Is there a car around on the backstretch? Hang on, let me take a old gander. Oh, the 65 car and the 46 of Jesse Owens Jr. 65 piloted by Patrick Thompson. I'm not sure what's going on back here.
And 46 just ran into him. What the heck?
Oh, 65 went for a tumble there, Joe.
Yeah.
I am not sure what.
I don't know. That's one of those I'm gonna.
We got an apology coming for the 46 there, but that was bizarre. I don't know if Thompson got a lot of damage, but everyone coming down pit road, getting 4 tires and fuel. I think everyone's just gonna keep coming down and topping off, unless you're really trying to get that track position. Jonathan Fitzwater, though, leading here. And that's a pretty snazzy looking Ferrari, Joe. Honestly, that actually fits pretty well in that next-gen body.
Isn't it crazy how good of a job they did with this mod and kind of making that generic? We're going to have to get this lap counter fixed, folks. Again, apologies. You've seen some stuff behind the scenes. You know, I think this is really what you come here to JTN for, is to see all this beautiful working with our graphics department to, you know, get stuff done, and hopefully we can come back. Oh, look at that. It's perfect. Don't even have to leave the action for a second. Once again, folks, though, can't thank you enough for tuning in. See a bunch of familiar faces, as always. Messi, Keith Hughes. A couple drivers in the race, too, of course. Tate Dorsey. Boy Nabil tuning in. Hope you folks are all having a fantastic Tuesday night here, wherever you may be. And thank you so much for tuning in to JTN. Expect the lights on the pace car to go out at the line. Wait to see it. Nope. So we got at least another couple laps of caution here, Ricky. That's a good time to talk about our upcoming races, right?
I think it's a pretty good time to talk about our upcoming races.
Well, the next one we got on deck for you, we're going to be heading down to the Lone Star State with the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series this Thursday night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Then it's the Shatner Customs Truck Series from the Bristol Motor Speedway. We gotta go to, you know, we like Bristol, don't we? It's going to be 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, of course, May 21st, this Saturday. And then Monday night, newly added to the schedule, it's the Mondays of Thunder Cup Series season finale from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, coverage beginning Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Those races, of course, live right here, only on JTN.
Riding around under caution here. First caution of the night. Lap 4 out of 40 here. Jonathan Fitzwater leading after that round of pit stops. We'll see if that holds when we get back green here. Everyone's kind of pacing around right now, Joe. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think you learned anything from those first few laps? Anything about how these cars are handling in that draft there?
I think Fitzwater learned a lot.
You think
I
so?
really do. Yeah, I mean, just how quick he was to make the move to get around. He really did a good job. I know Boyer was dropping to the back, but as he just warped out, all right, not going to talk good about any other drivers here tonight. See if we'll wait to see if he reappears. I think there he is. Whew.
You know, Joe,
that's some tense
we're talking
moments.
about nice-looking cars on that old generic template there. If you take a look at the 58 car of Alec Lorenzo, that actually looks like a Lexus body. I'm not even kidding about that. That Lexus nose looks like the sports car.
Said the 58.
58.
Let's see if we
58,
can't
press
find
machine
it.
of
There he
Lorenzo.
is. I was gonna say I think Landy Pavlin in the 68 or not 86.
The 86. Oh, Pavlon's also driving the same Lexus.
That's the
body.
Lexus. Yep.
My apologies to the 86 team for not also considering them in that mixture. I just saw one Lexus and went, ooh, pretty. my peanut brain fired off a neuron there looking at that.
That's okay. We appreciate
That's
you.
a good thing. No, that's a good thing. It just meant that it blinded me to the other Lexuses. Oh, there's another one, too.
Is there?
68 car of Duverne.
Oh. So, look at that.
Look at that. I've already ruined the race.
Bull the Bull tuning in, saying shake and bake. Lexus. What? Did either of us say Lexi?
Lexus.
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 Gotta love your foreign, your Japanese luxury cars, your Lexuses and your Acuras. Getting ready to go back green here. 09, Jonathan Fitzwater with control. Green flag, we're back underway.
Back underway here at Indy. Jonathan Fitzwater leads him down into turn number 1, uncontested. He's going to hang on to this as they come powering into turn number 2. You see this 81 car Smith trying to kind of block both lines here, trying to play some defensive on the 11 car of Mingalelli there. The 11 car not going to play nice about that. He's already looking around, got a car warping a little further back.
That's Brandon Allen.
Car Farley looks like he settles down.
It's under caution. Oh no, another car's going around. It's the 58. Looks like drivers started slowing down really aggressively.
Oh, a lot of damage on the 58 too.
But the 58 is not the cause of the caution. Let's try to find that. I believe it might be this 94 car.
A 94 car Cardamella here. Looks like someone gets into the outside wall. Cardamella goes down the apron for something.
Yeah, and he can't hit the
car
apron.
Just whips around on him.
Yeah, that banking transition is way too rough. And catches the 94 off guard. We heard it from the drivers, right? We heard it from the drivers earlier on. But what happens here with the 58 is a tragedy.
Kate Dorsey saying announcer's curse claims another one. Joe, we started it.
Boo. Boo, Tate. Boo. I think this is going to be... Let's go helicopter here, because what this looks like is everyone in the field really checks up. And this is what you have sometimes with bigger fields. A bunch of drivers start checking up. Looks like the 02 checks up. 23's checking up. 47 and 58 there. Lorenzo just trying not to hit anybody, right?
Yeah.
And that's the noble thing to do, but it's kind of looks like it's going to end the night for that 58 team. So sometimes you know you gain a lot of respect from your fellow drivers in those situations because you know you're you're looking out for them. You made a mistake. You don't take anyone else out because of your mistake, and that's always something. If we can, compliment folks here on JTN enough, that's always something that I think is good to be. That's always something. I'm reading chat while I'm trying to be serious. That's always a good combination, Ricky. But it's always something we like to do is make sure we're recognizing when drivers are being courteous to their fellow drivers. Tate Dorsey saying unsubscribed. Well, folks, I would encourage you to subscribe here to JTN. We got a bunch of great content coming for you over here on our main channel. You can also check out JTN2, which is your new home for all of our non-live content, including the Fake Racers podcast, race breakdowns, a couple of YouTube shorts here and there, and much, much more. Again, head on over to JTN2 now for all of that secondary content. Got some highlight videos over there, too. I think we got Mondays of Thunder. We got a highlight video coming out of tonight here with ISRL. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Just kind of working through some of the kinks here early on. You don't hit that like button twice. You gotta hit an odd number of times. Goodness. Keith, you're killing me, man. You're killing me, Smalls.
Killing me, Smalls.
Had the Bad News Bears comment earlier from you,
I'm glad you picked up on that.
That's a weird movie. But it's a good movie.
I don't know if I've ever seen Bad News Bears. I just love the name of it.
You just know it from the Jeremy Mayfield diecast?
Was there a Jeremy Mayfield diecast of it?
Yeah. They had it was like all branded. They had like the pinstripes on the hood.
Was that an Everdam car?
What? Yeah, it was an Everham car.
It could have been Bill Davis' car. That's just why I'm asking, Joe. Just why I'm asking.
With Mayfield?
I need to, JTN up here, need to update on our Jeremy Mayfield trivia. Obviously, I am a little lacking in it.
Folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in here, waiting out this second caution of the night with us. Remember, if you want to join the ISRL, we got their Discord linked in the video description below. You join there, they'll tell you what you need to do to join, get out here on the track. A big field tonight. Can't thank all these drivers enough for showing up, putting on a good show. But yeah, we're here on JTN. We're having a fun time. I always like Indiana. Now, I don't think I would ever act on the urge to drive down 4 hours and then have to drive 4 hours back ever again, because I did do that one time for the 500.
That's nothing. That's nothing,
I know it's
Joe.
Okay, for anyone that doesn't know, Ricky in a before JTN, and not really, but before JTN, drove can I say it? Yeah, am I good?
No.
Say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Drove weather vans across the country to different local news stations. So Ricky's, used to driving 10-hour days.
That's like nothing. I bet you there's people watching. I bet you there's people that we talk to that are like, oh yeah, that's nothing.
Ricky,
honestly, that's rookie numbers too. You ask anyone that works in like a CDL
I know.
is probably like, oh
I
yeah,
know.
Almost die all the time.
Listen, I'm not saying it would be a struggle. Like I like driving. It's just like the time part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More so the time. I like driving. Plus, I don't trust my car to get me
ET's
there.
in chat saying we want Ricky on Monday. Is we usually on Mondays?
No comment there, Keith. I can't comment because, although I guess Weaver probably doesn't even watch the stream, but
JTN's we're a small operation here. It's more of on a luck of the draw on who's available when. Joe's usually the one with the setup, and then it's like a spinning a wheel in terms of who's going to be the second guy in the booth there.
Who's available? And sometimes it's nobody.
Sometimes just no, but you never know.
You never know. That's what Thursday's going to be. It's going to be me. Everything's bigger in Texas, except our broadcasting booth. But it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time, Ricky. I'm going to have a good time. You're going to be having a good time having a Thursday night off from JTN stuff because you're calling a great race here. Guys, it's going to be the 09 of Fitzwater with control here for the restart. Then to the outside, that is the 81 of Cam Smith. How do you see this restart playing out? Because we had a couple cars pit. You saw Greg Irwin pit, a couple other folks. Puts them where they're
tires are going to matter that much, but I think what's going to happen here is Fitzwater's going to get another good jump there. It seems like that inside line's really doing well in these restarts. He's going to get a good launch here, and then it's going to be a matter of everyone fight for scraps here. Who's going to get that second spot?
And watch your diffusers, folks. Fitzwater with control as we get ready to enter the restart zone. We're already there. Green flag. We're back underway here from Indianapolis.
Called my shot on that. Turns out I was right. Fitzwater going to lead him right down into turn number 1. No challenge at all. A little further back, the 81 and the 11 side by side here coming through 1 and 2.
A weird amalgamation of super speedway racing here on these restarts with cars kind of able to do runs by themselves. See the bottom line a little more formed up right now. 09 still with the lead, but here comes a big push. Cook to the 11 of Mingalelli.
Cook already getting that second spot here, getting on the back bumper of Mingalelli. Mingalelli now has control of this race, but how long will that last for? You see the 08 to Cook getting a good draft here down the straightaway. 81 giving him a push. 81 goes to the inside. Smith going to try to make that move on him into turn 1.
Where does the 11 go? Does he go down to the block, the bottom? He does, and then comes back to the outside. Momentum hopefully going to work for those cars out there, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes Smith on the inside in the 81. Going to be clear for the lead off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
Side by side coming down the back straightaway. The 81 car has just a little bit of an edge right behind him, though. Jonathan Fitzwater, the 09 coming back. That 09, that Ferrari wants a lead again here. It's going to push the 81 right back out to a comfortable lead here. Coming through the short chute between 3 and 4.
Bump from the 08 of Cook to the 11. Mingalelli almost went wrong that time down the short chute. 81 is clear of both lines. He'll have the... Well, now he's not, of course, as I say it. But here comes the 11 back on the outside.
That highline's really working wonders on these straightaways. I'm actually surprised by that. Indy's usually a pretty low-liney track. I was thinking it would be usable up there, but I didn't think it was going to be as strong as it is. But Mingalelli really showing that up there. And he gets another big push with the 08 to Cook. Cook gets into the 81. He gets loose, but he hangs on to it.
What a save by Jerry Cook there in that 08 Honda Accord. Although, going to fall back a couple spots here. Loses 3, 4, maybe more.
Coming into the shuffle here is going to be the 92 car of Ryan Adema. Adema getting a good run here as Cook's riding behind him. You see the 09 of Fitzwater getting into the inside. The 81, he's got a nose in there, but is he going to be able to make the move into 1 here? Looks like he's going to be able to get in there. It blinks a little bit. Let's Duvern behind him in that 68 Chick-fil-A machine kind of double think that for a second. The 81 Smith falls right back in line, though. He's going to make another charge at the 09 machine.
Top 3 all clear of the double file. Make it maybe top 4 here. Yes, indeed. So top 4 all clear. A couple new players coming to the front in that 68. Duvern. Thought we had a caution there for a second. Never mind. We're still green. You also see the 23 coming to the front of Philbrick. Big move here from Fitzwater looking for the lead off of turn number 4 to the yard of bricks. Give that lap to the 11, but here comes the 09 on the bottom.
11 gets a good shove here, though. Minganelli going to take it down into turn 1. Gets right on the bottom there to clear off. Joe, it really doesn't seem like anyone can get that advantage, though, when you get out front. There's not a lot of defense. There's a lot of draft at play. I can't use I guess I can use the Dale Juniorism here. We don't have those big-ass spoilers tonight, but there's definitely a lot of suck-up with these cars. You see the 92 car of Adema going to the inside, the 11 here, coming into turn number 3. Looks like he's got the spot to the inside, going to actually clear the 11. The 11 wiggles up top, and he hangs on to it, but him and Cook get to a very, very scary situation there in turn number 3.
And that's the marvel of CTS physics there, folks. Ricky Colette's apology for saying a no-no word coming up later on in the stream. 92 on the outside, 09 on the bottom. Big push is coming. Madness at the front of the field.
Madness at the front of the field, indeed. Jonathan Fitzwater gets a lead back. The 81 of Smith giving him a big push. Here comes a 96 of Bobby Jones right behind him. Joe, it's 16 laps into this race. No one's given an inch here, and no one can get away from each other. This is madness.
It's madness here at the front of the field. 09 of Fitzwater still clear with the lead once again here in that Ferrari, getting cleaner on the nose. Staying out in front of the field is always a good thing, and it's always a good thing when you're tuning in here to JTN. Can't thank you enough. As always, click the like and subscribe.
As we're watching these guys get a second here, because Fitzwater kind of has a comfortable lead for the moment on the 92. Give a tip of the cap, the 81 to Cam Smith here. We see a lot of guys kind of coming forward and back, and, everyone's kind of moving around. This 81 Cincinnati Cadillac?
Yep, Cadillac, you got it.
I thought it was a Toyota for a second, but this 81 machine's just been consistently in that second spot on the inside line every single run. He hasn't been up in the lead. He's been battling for the lead. He's got a few laps here and there, but he hasn't really lost a ton of spots. He's either in that second in line or he's up front in one line or the other. So I think that 81 car is going to be a car to watch here if he can make it to the end. But right now, Ryan Adema in the 92 car leads him back down to turn 1. He takes a lead. The 11 car, Minganelli, going to try to come with him. Minganelli looks to the outside with the 08. 92 blocks him a little bit there, but the 11's going to get a whale of a run coming down the back straightaway here.
92 getting the push right now from the 09, from the 81. Again, that 11 and 08, though, they have been hooked up on the outside throughout this race. That's been the most aggressive pusher, has been Jerry Cook in that 08 car. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at the chat. Call the bull saying big one lap 36, calling it now. Don't, not over to the fat lady thing.
Don't,
we can see her. They can make it to the end on this, as far as I know. They're doing some crazy stuff up here, and they're staying pretty stable. So I think I'm trusting these guys right now. Joe, what about you?
Can you repeat the question?
Think you trust these guys to make it to the end?
Oh, man. That's a loaded question right now. But the way they're racing, they ain't going to make it to the end. I don't know if they'll make it to pit stops. Again, those pit stops probably coming up here in a few laps for most of this field. Going to be aggressive. 70 miles per hour down pit lane here tonight. And it's a really aggressive pull off the track. So, again, folks, keep on keeping on watching. We're in that pit window. You want to make it to 20, right? I mean, you want to make it past 20 if you can to split this race in half on fuel. So
you definitely want to. There's not a lot of. You definitely want to make it to at least 20, and I think, as you see, we're out on lap 20 right now. It shouldn't be too hard of a question right now as to when to come down pit road. But you notice the entire high line disintegrates there. I think everyone's falling in line, Joe, to come down pit road.
It gets that magical time of the night where we come down the pit lane and hope that nobody dies.
Corwin Tipper, was asking in chat how much speed increases it over normal restrictor plate racing. They're actually running about 194 here, so not too bad. You see a car down on pit road, actually, it looks like.
You got eyes on who that is?
Car, Thompson, 31st position, actually going a lap down here. So everyone actually stays out this time, but Joe, I gotta think that they're falling in line for a reason. I think they're gonna start to kind of, see the 86 machine putting his hand out the window saying he's pitting this time, the one saying he's pitting this time. I think we're gonna start seeing these guys come down this time.
Well, reach up there, pull those belts tight, because there's a big old set of barrels there to come down the pit lane here from Indianapolis.
92 of Adema keeps grabbing that apron and it keeps getting me all antsy.
Here we go, pit lane.
92 throws it in deep there. 68 does as well. Looks like there's a few car shuffle. 68, the 86, the 1. 53 came in very gingerly onto pit road, but they all make it down here. So it's going to be our first takers onto pit road. I would think everyone's going to be able to make it to the end just on this one stop alone. The big question is going to be a battle of attrition. Will we make it all the way to the end?
Yeah,
under green flag conditions?
I do worry about that statement, Ricky, because remember, we had 2 cautions that totaled about 6 laps under yellow, so that's about, what? We save about 3 laps doing that, so more cars down the pit lane. Everyone, oh, we got contact.
But they hang on to it. How did Minganelli get down onto pit road? Did you see that, Joe?
Well, he made it on pit road, Ricky, but I don't think he's gonna be too happy about it, because most likely gonna be a speeding penalty there on the 11, because that hit came so late. I don't think he got an opportunity to woe it down.
I think you're right, Joe, but look, it was either make it onto pit road and take that pass through, or get skewered on the pit wall. So between those 2 options, I would rather take the speeding penalty. 09 of Fitzwater, actually, 09 Fitzwater misses his box, and he's too close to the wall, Joe. He's misaligned. Oh, he's still trying to get a line. This is going to be catastrophic for that 09 team.
Gonna lose a lot of track position here. Gonna lose the draft, I think, is obviously the bigger concern for that 09 team, as cars coming off the pit lane.
02 coming down, 72 coming down, the 16 machine is coming down. Looking in chat, again, Kate Dorsey asking about a fuel mileage race. To actually form, to clear the air on that, it should be a fuel mileage race. These guys should be coming down here for pit stops. They'll be able to make it to the end from here. So it's more of a matter of, I guess, pit strategy race in terms of how well you get onto pit road and off the pit road. And we've seen a few guys do a great job of that tonight. Joe, though, you know who's up front right now? That number 3 Halo machine of Greg Irwin. Let's see if you could start getting some laps led here as this whole pit cycle's coming through.
And to donate some money to a good cause in Mission 22. Irwin leading a couple laps here from Indy. And one of those guys that came down the pit lane under that last caution, too. So has a couple of extra laps in the bank to make the other car around.
Oh, someone got into him, but
we're still green.
No caution.
All right, well, let's figure out how that happened, because boy howdy, that was terrifying.
16 car Hallett was just spun around there. I don't know if I think he spun around on the apron trying to get up to speed on the access road.
See the replay of it here. And almost a big one there down at the short chute. Back up front, though, Irwin with the lead. Ryan Palmer there in second. Oh, what a game we're playing right now, Ricky.
What a game indeed. Greg Irwin in that 3 machine. That's a beautiful looking car, by the way. That grain's gold is, oof, that's something pretty there. The icing on the cake is if you could have done chrome numbers with it. Obviously, you can't do that in NR without some, texture, goofery, and assorted eye tricks. But man, that is a handsome motor vehicle, leading some laps for a good cause here right now. Like you said, pit cycle, the way that all fell, he's going to be able to stay out here for a while. The question is, oh, and Joe, we have a wreck here. The 94 car Tartamella and the 09 of Jonathan Fitzwater have an accident here on the entrance of pit road, and this is going to bring out a caution. And this might have actually just played very well into Greg Irwin's hands, because now he doesn't have to worry about losing time to these guys that short pitted.
Get a replay of the incident here. 94 going to be coming. All of a sudden just turns the car left, gets on the flat, goes around 09, nowhere to go. 81 also involved. 2 guys that were running up in front of the field. Going to have some serious damage, especially on that 09 car. And the 94 going to be parking it.
Yeah, he took a huge tumble there. I would imagine that car is probably not going to be super. He's still on pit road. He's still rolling here, but I would imagine that car's going to be pretty hurt. Very unfortunate for Jonathan Fitzwater, though. Led a lot early here already. Had a fast car. Been kind of mired at some pit snafus there. He's got some damage. We'll see if you can get that repaired somewhat, but you got to think this is Got to be a little bit crushing for that 09 team after such a strong early run.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, running very, very, very well here to start this race, and now obviously gonna have some damage here to work with throughout the rest of it.
The report saying flat. My tire went boom.
That's
If the Jackhammer 92 is the 94 car or not.
Yep.
Or if that's someone else.
Nope, that is.
Well, that's interesting then. I think tire wear was going to be a factor here, Joe. Did you? I hadn't heard anything about it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it either.
Everyone, basically, the split that you'd expect here, everyone that probably pitted earlier is going to come down here. A lot of guys in the back are going to come down, though, as well. That's going to play into the hands of that 92 car of Edema, who was leading there before that pit cycle started. So he'll re-establish his lead there with the 11 of Minganelli right behind him, the 96 of Bobby Jones. Steve Rada making a great rally back here. He's going to be back in the shuffle in that 8 machine. And fifth car in line is going to be the 47 car of Bilson. So, is it Bilson? Yeah, Bilson.
I think we might be butchering some names here tonight, Ricky.
Is it Mingolelli?
I think you've been saying Mingalelli.
It's Mingalelli. I always say Minganelli for some reason. Mingalelli.
Ricky likes to put N's into words and that don't need them. You know, Steve Rada. At least that's the pronunciation that we were given.
Was it Rada or Rada?
He gave us the pronunciation Rada.
Is it Rada? Oh. My apologies there. I was just reading that out phonetically.
we like to have fun. And then I think it might be a Dumma. A Dumma. At least that's how he has the pronunciation for the 92 of Ryan.
You Dumma, Joe.
Listen, these guys gave us all the help in the world to get these names right, and like I said, we're still butchering them. We can't thank Ryan Palmer and Greg Irwin, Thomas Philbrook, the entire team here for contacting us at JTN, giving us this opportunity to broadcast this race to you folks. Again, I can't thank them enough. It's been a fantastic time. ISRL getting off the ground here, putting on a good show, and right now, Mingolelli in that 11 going to be out behind the pace car. The rest of the field can't. Or actually, I guess the 11's still a lap down. So all those cars, Ricky, you said that they were going to get the lead. I think they were a lap down. So kind of trapped a lap down. Are they trapped a lap down now? Timing and scoring.
Oh, goodness. You're right, Joe. I didn't even realize that there was a whole... I think you're right, because maybe that was the case. Maybe you're right, Joe. I think... Oh, my goodness. Look at this on pit road. The 94's upside down. The 16's upside down.
Oh, my God.
Joe, we got cars flipped over on pit road. Look at this.
Easy asks in, how's it going? Let's get you a replay whatever happened here.
What? They all stacked up. Something happened behind them. Everyone stopped for some reason, and the 94 car stops. Everyone piles in behind him, and then just 2 cars go over. 16 just tried to monster truck the 68 there. It looks like that was the 53 machine of Feith. But what a strange roll for both of those cars. And they had to get them towed too, Joe. They were both turtled. So that's probably going to cost them another lap there, because they're going to get... The way NR does towing is that it times you based on getting towed all the way around the track. So if you get towed on pit road ahead of your pit stall, that means it's going to take like a solid minute and a half to get towed back there.
Yeah, so they were told to park on the pit lane is what it sounds like.
What in the world?
So the 53's waiting, 65's waiting. Here comes the rest of the field going to be coming, and this again, all of the replay. Rest of the field going to be coming down. You get to watch this, because see that. So the red light goes on, so they have to stay there until the field goes by. Other cars going to be coming into their box. They're going to stop here at the end of the pit lane.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They do get a red light because the cars are coming.
So they all came down pit road. Looks like the 94 stops really short, and that's where the checkup comes from. I
By the way,
that,
92,
getting that right?
Idema. Is it Adema? AYD Dema. Or is that Delta Turn Racing saying in chat AYE hyphen Dema. Is that I or A?
Hey, dude.
Idema. That'd be Adema. Right?
We're so good at this.
Adema.
That was one too. I wanted to get cleared up, but it... Oh, man.
You have some... the ATN here tonight, we believe in a lot of very strong things, but one thing we're a strong proponent of is the fine product of Hooked on Phonics, of which neither of us ever use. But it has a fun name.
94 getting flipped 16. Again, good cause there on the 16 car tonight. This is your TWB 10 to go right now, too, so we're all over the place right now. We're coming back green. This is your TWB 10 to go. I'd like to remind you folks to head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com because from porches to patios and more for all your outdoor lighting needs, GardenLightsDirect.com has you covered. Again, that's GardenLightsDirect.com here on your TWB 10 to go. Coming to 9 to go with the green flag. Gonna be the 3 of Irwin with control here for the restart. Green flag, we're back underway.
Greg Irwin leads them back here, like you said. Coming in, hitting the line for 9 laps to go here. Greg Irwin tries to hang on to the 48. Alex Moe leads him off into turn number 1. Makes that pass on Irwin. Irwin trying to make a charge back. Josh Boyer in that 41 car. Starting to make a charge here. Tom Musa in the 4. Another face. Starting to make his way to the front of the field here. Wade Driscoll in the 78 right behind him. Right now, though, that 448 of Alex Moe getting a huge shove from Ryan Palmer in that 29 car.
Some TMP boys coming to the front of the field here late in the going, and Driscoll, Musa, and Boyer see how they work together as we come down to the end of this thing. Mo out in front in that 448 with the 48 on the door. Then it's Palmer in the 29. Going to be looking for the lead now with help from Irwin.
That outside wall pretty hard there. Everyone does a good job of staying straight though, but he really didn't lose as much speed as I would think he would. Kept rolling there, and he's still charging on that 41 machine. Tom Musa goes to the outside of the 48 machine, trying to get a run here. Can't really do it just yet. Greg Irwin's gotten out to that second spot. He's lined up here behind Ryan Palmer, giving him a big push down the back straightaway here. Almost clearing these guys. This is the furthest I've seen that second place car push that first place car tonight, Joe.
Starting to see some blocks getting thrown here, too. Late in the going in this one. Teskar Jr. in that 49 car looked to throw a block on the 23 of Philbrook, and Thomas just said, I'm going to keep going to the bottom, buddy. Got to the inside, made the pass. All right, back up front. Top 5 all together right now. Looks like it's going to be a classic 3v3 PvP to the end of this one. TMP cars on the bottom, a bunch of Chevrolets there. Or TMP cars to the outside, and a bunch of Chevrolets on the inside. Ford versus Chevy at the front.
56 car Alvarez making a quick move there to the inside in that 56 machine, like I said. Making a big charge here, the 23 of Thomas Philbrick of that Full Circle Designs car, starting to make his face shown late in the race here, lined up third in line on the bottom, but Tom Musa leads him around here, coming off turn 4. They're going to be coming down to the line for 6 laps to go here. Joe, we got to be starting to get close to that window where if we get a caution, that's probably going to be the end of the race. Do you know if there's a race back provision?
It's race back with 5 to go. So Greg Irwin with control here in that 3 car. Alex Moe in second. Philbrick and Palmer battling for third. We'll keep our eyes on this battle because it's the first one side by side. 29 looks like he's going to get back down in line on the bottom. So pushing that 3 car of Irwin right now. More money, of course, getting donated. It's getting way too risky, Cole, but it's the end of the race. You got to risk it for the biscuit.
Oh, 48 of Alex Moe throws a block at the 29 of Ryan Palmer there. Palmer putting his nose to the inside. He's not going to take that. He's looking around on Alex Moe, though. gets a great run down the back straightaway, front straightaway, excuse me, to push Greg Irwin across the line. 5 laps to go. We race back from here.
This is one of those tracks that I didn't think you could mix up the front and back, Ricky, but you managed to do it here in all this hectic, chaotic finish here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Irwin's still out in front. Mo trying to get a run there. Every pass we've seen for the lead has come by getting to the inside of the leader. Will we see that here at the finish? Because right now, you see that 3-car, Ricky, he's really hugging that bottom, and you're starting to see drivers getting really aggressive, touching that white line through the corners.
Yeah, I think you can touch that white line, Joe. The issue is when you hit that transition, the 56 out. The 56
there's a car around to the back.
Really loose there. There's caution. They're around to the front straightaway here. This is going to be the race down to the line. The 3 of it, Greg Irwin gets it. 4 laps to go here, though. Will they make it back for one more run at this, or is this going to be the race? The 94 car Tartamella gets loose there, but he hangs on to it.
Yeah, I don't know. We were getting 3 laps of caution with no lapped cars. Now we got lapped cars. So
We'll see. Greg Irwin leading here. You know, Greg would love it if this ended right now, but
let's get you a replay.
Have to wait and see on that.
There's a couple incidents here because there's a lot of guys getting aggressive. You see Alvarez here in the 56 going to be coming, car's going to get squirrely coming off the corner. Fakes it. It's like, I don't know if the 49 hit the inside wall first. This is the wreck at the front. This is kind of the second wreck. This is the one that brought out the caution. But there you see cars getting thrown. Love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different spins here. A lot of good guys. 81 car, the 033, Terry Fastcows. Just everyone going for it at the end here, risking it for the biscuit, like you said, Joe.
Ricky, it's Tom Fastcows.
What'd I say?
You always say Terry.
I always say Terry. I don't know why I keep saying Terry. I don't know why I say Terry. Tom Fastcows, yes.
There you see the incident further on back. It's the 47. Zachary Bilson, 86. Of Landy Pavlin.
Three laps to go here under caution. The big question is, will they go back green? Because Greg Irwin just got in the race here.
That wasn't even the first. There were 3 wrecks there.
There were 3 wrecks there.
Tate says, I think Ken Squires finally avoided a wreck, and then I showed the original wreck. Oh, Tate. That's a jinx. That's a jinx. Oh, man. Just, golly. You got that one, you got this one, that one. Oh my goodness. Bristol definitely is going to get a couple bones after this one, because my goodness. Look at this camera angle. Well, first off, let's count them, folks. There's 1. Here comes 2. There, you see it. And 3. Not 4. I call 4 separate incidents there.
I mean, chat asking, 31 people watching, is that a record? No, actually, I believe, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong here.
We had a lot of people watching for those next-gen races.
Yeah, the next-gen, was it in the hundreds?
I think so.
It was.
I know at one point...
we did reviewing the mod as we come across the line here for 2 laps to go. This might be the moment of choice right here, Joe, just to tangent back here. They hit that line, lights still on in the pace car. I think that's going to be it, because if they hit the line here, the lights are going to go out in the pace car. That would still be the white flag. So I think Greg Irwin just snuck away with this race with that little bit of pit strategy, stayed out late on this to stayed out later than everyone by pitting early under caution there. Greg Irwin able to play that caution perfectly to get back up front, and looks like it might actually fall into his hands here tonight.
Well, what can you say? I mean, Greg, has done a fantastic job of assembling a great group of drivers. Folks, we saw a great race here tonight. It's unfortunate that it's going to end under yellow, but couldn't be happier with how this event went here tonight from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So Greg Irwin, Alex Moe, and Ryan Palmer will be your top 3. Then it's Tom Musa and Josh Boyd rounding out your top 5. Wade Driscoll, Phil Parker, Jerry Cook, Dale Tescar Jr., and David Alvarez, your top 10. We'll get those results once we move to post-race. Only the top 10 end up finishing on the lead lap because of where that third caution of the night came out, Ricky. And like you said, it was the opportunity, the golden opportunity for this 3-team to come home with a victory.
Yeah, a little bit of strategy, a little bit of bravado, and a little bit of luck here. Greg Irwin, everything fell his place tonight. But, man, the time of that caution, if I'm him, I'm buying a lottery ticket. I've done that so many times with pitch strategies where I'm like, man, if I could just get a caution, this would fall right in my hands. I've never gotten that, but
Folks, would like to remind you again, if this is your first time tuning into JTN, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight. Again, we're going to have our post-race coverage. You're going to want to hear those interviews with the top 3. It's always a fun time to talk with the drivers after these races, but would also like to remind you folks to hit that subscribe button, click the like button, help us out. We appreciate it so much. We've gotten over this 1,000 subscriber mark. We're going to be doing some new different integrations, easy enough for me to say, with our live chats during the streams too, now that we have the ability to do so. It's been a fantastic ride, and it's going to keep getting better here throughout the summer. We got an action-packed schedule working the white flag lap here under caution. Again, those are your upcoming races on your screen. Next time we're live, again, tune in. It's a fun time. Bomb Squad Racing from Texas. Default in-game Texas, so you know it's going to be a lot of tire wear. But tonight, focus on the ISRL, a fantastic first event here on JTN with Greg Irwin coming away with the victory. It's weird how the admins seem to win these races that we broadcast. I don't... Should we ask that question, Ricky?
I don't know if we can ask that question, Joe. We might... I'm kidding.
We like to have fun. But again, folks, a fantastic crowd too. Couldn't do this without you tuning in. We love you. We appreciate you. And this time, coming through turn number 3 for the final time, all the fans are on their feet here in Indianapolis. All the drivers going to be congratulatory of this guy, Greg Irwin, in the number 3. Said he'd donate money to Mission 22 for every lap he led. Led a lot of them tonight. Going to be a lot of money going to a very, very good cause. Off of turn 4 for the final time at pace car speed. It's going to be Greg Irwin taking home the victory over Alex Moe and Ryan Palmer here from the Banked Yard for the Banked Yard 100. Again, folks, stick around. We're going to have post-race coverage. Talking with our top 3 finishers. And those being Greg Irwin, Ryan Palmer, and Alex Moe. I reckon, this is a good way to end the race. Oh, man. And remember, folks, if you want to join the ISRL, we have their Discord linked down in the video description below. Keep getting these guys. So it was a great field here tonight, Ricky. 35. Fantastic field. So, as always, cannot thank all these drivers enough for coming out to the track and putting on a great show. Don't know what Greg's doing, like a fast victory lap right now. What do you call this celebration, Ricky?
A victory lap. You're taking a lap. A victory lap.
Ooh. A decompressing now. You kind of crazy race. We can now kind of calm down a little bit too. That's always fun. It's always good. He's doing the victory lap. You can't burn it down on the bricks. That's the big thing. You can't burn it down on the bricks. Where do you stand on that argument, Ricky?
I mean, they're 100 years old. I wouldn't really want to burn down on them either, to be totally honest with
Let's
you.
see what he does. Let's see what he does.
110, 120 years old.
Very important here. Very important. Ah. I think he's going to purposely park on the bricks and burn down on
He's gonna goof with us. He's gonna give us a little bit of a goof.
Oh, no.
They're gonna triple burn out on it. And they deserve the right to burn down. It's not really the yard of bricks. It's obviously this is Banked Indianapolis, which was invented in
2020.
2006 by John
Banking.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's right. But again, folks, we're going to move on to our post-race coverage. Going to talk with our top 3 finishers. Get you those results on your screen. Again, a fantastic showing here tonight with the ISRL. We're going to have more of their races coming too. The next one will be the last week of July, or second to last week of July. That's on me for not knowing that off the top of my head. But we cannot thank these guys enough, especially to Ryan Palmer, for being the one helping provide the resources for getting us to the racetrack. Don't think there's a way to get to victory lane here, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to our post-race coverage. Again, getting those results on your screens. This is the point where I start repeating myself a lot, so I'm filling for time. Haha. So professional here. We're so professional. Ricky, what was your big takeaway from tonight?
Banked Indy's kind of nuts.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Why would that be?
Just saw what they were doing there. They're going nuts, Joe, all over the place, drafting, slapping around, bouncing off walls, wrecking, flying around. It was chaos. It was
chaos.
Controlled chaos in its most beautiful form, and a fantastic showing tonight. I had a lot of fun with this.
I did too. And folks, again, we're gonna have a bunch more. We're gonna have a couple more of these races here on JTN, so make sure you're subscribed. All right, getting ever so close to getting these results on your screens. Ricky, do you want to kind of go get those guys staged while I get these results?
Yeah. How do you want me to get them staged? Just get them all set up with
Yeah, just get them like in a like a media center room. Yeah.
I don't believe there's a media center
There isn't,
room.
but like just get them in a different room. So I know they like, you know what I mean? I always hate pulling guys because they might be in the middle of a conversation, and you know that's kind of mean, and you know what I'm saying? All right, so we're here in victory lane with driver number 3, Greg Irwin. Greg, you got a copy?
I got you, Joe.
Well, heck to the yeah, man. Victory, that feels good. Going to be donating a lot of money. That's good. What was the big takeaway from tonight for you and this team?
Man, I honestly am not sure how we got back up there, to be honest. Early on, lots of interesting things going on. Went a little off strategy. Happened to get super lucky there at the end, and had the yellow fall in our favor, and then did our best to keep it out front. Huge thank you to my teammates on that one, Ryan Palmer and Thomas Philbrick, staying with me the entire race. Unfortunately, we lost Thomas on our pit cycle, but we did what we could to stay up there.
And we saw the pit cycle, just a lot of madness after the cycle, right? Because you have the caution come out before a lot of you guys came down the pit lane. I ended up only having 10 cars finish on the lead lap. How important was that to getting you up front and keeping you out front? Was running longer and also making the forward decision to pit under that second to last caution?
So one of the things I've tried to do every race is doing that, extending my window as much as possible. I've seen enough of these races to know that if there happens to be a yellow in the middle of a sequence, it's going to play out in our favor. And it's one of those things where, again, Palmer and I have done that a long time, and it just happened to work out this time. It doesn't always, but when it does, you look real smart on the back end.
Well, it looked really smart here tonight, Greg. Before we let you go, before we get you to rattle off all the sponsors and stuff, got to ask you a question from the league side of things. ISRL, you guys have done a fantastic job of building a league, building a community. I know there's more and more stuff coming here throughout the rest of the year, but why should folks take the time to check out the ISRL, come out here and race and join you guys? Because to me, it's a fantastic looking league, but maybe other folks might need a little more convincing.
I mean, one of the things that we've done, this isn't my first go-round of doing this. We have attempted this multiple different times with varying levels of success. This time around, it's been a lot more successful. And I think it's just the mentality that we have going into it. We really just want everybody to come out, try to have fun. Yeah, we're all going to get competitive. People are going to get heated during the race. But at the end of the day, we want people to walk away going, hey, I had fun tonight. And that's the key component for the league. So this specific series of our Contender series is set up basically so that anyone of any skill level can come out, try us out, gives them a chance to learn if they've never run online. If they're a KG old veteran, maybe knock some rust off. Just come out and have a good time. I know, again, racing is what racing is, and people are going to get heated at times, and there's going to be moments, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, and from what I caught from everybody's discussion tonight, everyone still had fun. So, I mean, that's what we've been trying to do. Largest field in league history tonight, and everybody still had fun, even with all the melee throughout the race. So I'd say that's probably the biggest thing is if you want to come out, try a new league, no matter what your skill level is, you just want to try to have some fun, come join us.
Well, it was a fantastic time here tonight, Greg. We can't thank you enough for the hospitality, bringing us out with you and Ryan, of course. And before we let you go, though, the floor is yours. Again, talk about that great cause you were racing for tonight and any other sponsors. The floor is yours, buddy. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Joe. So we were raising some money for Mission 22 tonight. It's an organization that's set aside to help veterans who are dealing with a lot of mental trauma, whether it's PTSD, suicide thoughts, things along those lines, to make sure that everybody stays here. We lose on average 22 veterans a day due to suicide. And that's an organization that really tries to focus on, getting people the help they need so that they don't add to that statistic. One is one too many. 22 a day is way too much. So we wanted to raise some money for that organization tonight. Obviously, we were able to do that. Also, big thank you to the rest of the sponsorship. Obviously, I had the Halo paint scheme on the car tonight. Big fan of the Halo franchise, so wanted to represent them. Obviously, big thank you to Dry Fire, Purelator, who have been with my career the entire time, and the obvious of the U.S. Air Force. And again, big thank you to teammates Ryan Palmer, who obviously was the reason that you guys came out tonight, and Thomas Philbrick, who everyone knows at this point is the guy that made this mod. So big thank you to those guys. And again, thank you to everyone that has made a part in the success of this league coming back. Definitely makes my life much easier when I can sit down at the end of the day and know that everybody had fun. So definitely glad to have you guys. Obviously looking forward to our next event with you, and we'll see what happens the rest of the year.
Well, we're going to be watching, and folks, remember, you can also follow the ISRL over on Twitter at ISRL_NR2003. Greg, congratulations once again, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Joe.
Greg Irwin, your winner here tonight from Indianapolis. Let's go ahead and next bring in our second place finisher, driver of the number 448, Alex Moe. Alex, you got a copy?
Yeah, Ricky Joe, what's up, guys?
Well, what's up is you because you came from 35th to finish second. What went into that run here tonight?
Oh, I feel like I just got done playing about an hour's worth of dodgeball. Back to the front, I mean, you can't complain about that. Can't complain about a second place in any race where you got 35 cars in any league, so this was actually my league debut over here. And took what I could get, and I got it. I got to keep the car safe, and luckily that pit strategy pitting from the back and trying to stay in the back there, we had more gas. When all the front cars had to pit, caution came out timely. Put 3/4 of the field a lap down. It's unfortunate for them, but it worked out for top 10, it looks like.
I was gonna say, I mean, yeah, unfortunate for them, but I mean, plenty of guys came away with fantastic finishes because you outsmarted them in a lot of ways. But we saw it got really dicey there at the end. How did the intensity of the race kind of ramp up there in those last 10 laps, coming to that last caution that we ended up getting with 4 to go? How did that intensity kind of ramp up? Was it gradual over the race? Was it all of a sudden everyone was driving like a maniac? Like, what did you feel from behind the wheel of the car?
My adrenaline and the intensity was already up. Like, if you saw those first couple wrecks in the back there, them they're racing for last place back there, I guess. Bringing out the caution. But, I mean, I was playing dodgeball the whole race, and then, yeah, once we got within 10 to go, of course, the intensity ramps up, and I did bounce off the apron there, and I think I scared Greg. He mentioned it to me, but I was looking at that 29 in my mirror. I knew him and Greg are buddies. I didn't want to let him sneak under me, so I was mirror driving there. That was my bad. Nothing came of it. But it was intense for me the whole race. I mean, there were cars everywhere.
Well, intense, but a fantastic finish to this one, Alex. Congratulations on that. I'm assuming you're Jimmy Johnson fan, right? Like, is that?
Yes, sir. Since his rookie year, I'm from Southern California. He's a Cali boy. He's been my favorite driver since he won his first race at Banked California Speedway rookie year.
Well, let me ask you a little off-the-wall question here, because we are in Indianapolis. How do you feel about Jimmy's chances in the 500 next weekend?
Well, is it the oval or is it the road? It's the Indy 500, right?
Yeah.
I give him a good chance at a top 10, top 5. I give him a solid chance at 2. I mean, he ran at the only oval race they ran at, what was it? I forget what track it was, but he finished in the top 5 or 10, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. 6th place at Texas, so
6th place.
Hey, he's just got to take the lessons from you tonight. Stay out of the mess, and then finish up front. Alex, congratulations. 2nd place run. Before we let you go, though, floor is yours. Family, friends, sponsors, whoever you want to thank. Now it's time to do so.
I said to keep the car clean. I just want to thank you guys for broadcasting the race. Greg for accepting me into his league. Like I said, this was my league debut. It was a wild race, 35 cars. I'll race any track. If there's any league, if there's 35 cars. Shout out to my parents. If you guys looking for a cool place to race, check out Open Speedway. Check out Talladega Nights. And thanks again for broadcast, guys. You guys did a good job.
Thank you. Now, Alex, congratulations on the 2nd place run, and go Lions.
They should say go Bears.
That would have been worse. That would have been worse for sure. But
all right, we'll see you guys.
Congratulations.
Cracking this beer.
Alex Moe, driver the number 448, your 2nd place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in last of our top 3. I don't know why I said it like that. I said it right as he came into the room, too. Driver number 29, Ryan Palmer. Ryan, you got a copy? Uh-oh. I got a light, but I don't got a voice. Ricky, is that just me?
Oh, I'm same thing, Joe.
Okay. Ryan, we'll give you a second here. Don't know. Still just a light. Folks, while we try to get that sorted out, would like to once again thank you so much for tuning in here tonight. I'd like to remind you, if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe. It does so much to help support us here on JTN. You can check out the ISRL. Got them linked down in the video description below. Nope. Darn it. I wanted to talk with Ryan. Ryan, do you want to try to do text in here in TeamSpeak? Yeah, so we're joined by Ryan Palmer without a mic because we here at JTN we can't figure out how to work tech. That's totally on us. But Ryan, a great run for you here tonight. Third place finish. Started second, but top 3 and pushing your teammate to the win. That's got to feel really good for you in this 29 crew. So Ryan says, yeah, it was a great run for us in the TLG Chevy at our home track. Tried like hell to push up to the front to grab the lead again. And grabbing that lead seemed like it was a very difficult task throughout the race. What more could you have done to get around that 3, get around that 448, or was it just nothing else you could do with that caution coming out there at the end? I think it was just a bad timing for the last yellow there. We had a couple of good runs there, just couldn't capitalize in time. And I think that was just, it was just a case of those cautions coming out late in this one, folks. And I think that's kind of what you're getting from the 2019. But Ryan, real quick, before we let you go, floor is yours. Family, friends, sponsors, whoever you want us to shout out for you here. Let us know and we'll shout them all out. A big shout out to everyone at the Full Circle Racing Designs team, and a big wink for Greg there too. Almost brought it home 1-2. Also a big thank you to us here at JTN for the call of the action. Ryan, no thank you for helping provide the funding to get our cameras out to the track, us on the plane to get here to Indianapolis. A fantastic race here tonight. Can't thank you enough for that support, and once again, congratulations on the 3rd place run here tonight. And that was in text spirit Ricky interview with driver number 29, Ryan Palmer. Ricky, sum it up for the folks at home. I think I already asked you to do this, but sum it up one more time so we can set him off on a good, happy note. All right, Ricky's not there either, folks. Can't think of it.
Wait, hang on, I'm right here. Sorry, I was muted. My apologies. I muted while the interview was going on, so I didn't interrupt you. Just a quick summary of the race. Everything that you could think of when you hear the phrase "Banked Indianapolis" is 100% true after seeing it tonight. That was absolutely insane. I could watch another 150 laps of these guys racing that. That was just such a wild time out there.
It was a wild time tonight, folks, and we cannot thank you enough for tuning in to JTN tonight. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Our next broadcast is going to be this Thursday night with the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from the Texas Motor Speedway. We got racing Saturday night. Then Monday through Thursday next week, we're broadcasting every single night. So hit that subscribe button, click the bell to be notified when we go live, and we're going to have a bunch of great racing coming up for you right here on JTN. With all that being said, though, folks, for everyone here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for Ricky Collette, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time right here live on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the trioval. Whitehill and through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the ride and a wreckage behind him. The cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down. It doesn't matter. No one has
Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy wins the ride to